Okay, so for the purpose of this assignment, I did the Jacob Riis assessment. And so the directions say use the photograph and the background information to answer the question that follows. Okay, so above the photo, it has a little paragraph and it says the photograph titled Tramp in Mulberry Street Yard was taken by Jacob Riis around 1887. The image shows a man sitting in front of a shack in Mulberry Bend, one of the most dangerous areas of the notorious Five Points neighborhood in New York City. Riis took many photographs of poor immigrants living in dangerous and crowded apartments called tenements. He hoped his photos would convince others to support his housing reform. Additional facts related to Riis's photograph. 1. Riis was born decades after the camera was invented. 2. Riis reported that he paid the man 10 cents to sit for the portrait. Riis had worked a variety of odd jobs before becoming a photographer, and Riis referred to this man as a tramp, an insulting term for a homeless person at the time. Okay, so the question is, what 2 of the 4 facts above might cause you to question the reliability of Riis's photograph as evidence of what living conditions were like in the tenement? Okay, so that is telling me what 2 things based on this paragraph and this picture makes me think that the reliability of the photograph is questionable. All right. Okay. So definitely I would say number 2 when it says Riis reported that he paid the man 10 cents to sit for the portrait. So below it says explain your reason on the following page, and it's basically a sentence that you have to fill in the blank about in order to explain, which basically sets up sentence structure. And it says, so for my answer I would say fact 2, Riis reported that he paid the man 10 cents to sit for the portrait might cause me to question the reliability of Riis's photograph because Riis paid this man to sit for the photograph. It makes me question what was said in the photograph that says that poor immigrants living in dangerous and crowded apartments. Was this man really living in those apartments, or did he find him and ask him, hey man, can you sit here and take this photo or whatever? And it was more so, it feels like, again, going back to the paragraph, it says would convince others to support housing reform. Did he really want people? Was this his way of convincing others to support his housing reform? Because it seemed like he was kind of forcing it, and it wasn't showing the true conditions of it because he had to pay someone to sit in front of the housing that he was trying to show. I came up with this answer by looking at the picture as well as using the paragraph above and like tying those 2 together in order to come up with my evidence as to why I thought that this fact was questionable. All right, and another fact that I feel like was questionable was Riis referred to this man as a tramp and insulting term for homeless person at the time. So going back, you paid this man to sit. He's doing you a favor, and you're gonna refer to him as a tramp when you needed him in order to make this image. Doesn't really make sense to me. And then again, it makes me question that how much he really wanted to convince others to support his housing reform. I came up with this answer by going back to the picture and the paragraph and tying those 2 together in order to realize that maybe Jacob Riis was only really for himself. He didn't really care about if the homeless people and the people living in the crowded apartments would actually get the help that they needed. So, yeah.